How's it going, guys? Today we're gonna compare the cameras on a Galaxy A52, the regular one, not the S version, versus the Galaxy S21 FE. It's snowing a little bit, so I hope it's not gonna be any worse than this. But anyways, let's get this started. This is a quick microphone test. Testing 1 2 1 2. This is how it sounds like on a Galaxy A52. Testing 1 2 1 2. This is how it sounds like on a Galaxy S21 FE. So today's plan is going through this Korean lunch spot that I want to check out for a little while now. And then I'm gonna go grocery shopping because I'm spending Lunar New Year's by myself. I'm not gonna go home, so I figured I might as well just cook something for myself for the weekend. Then I wanna end it off at Krispy Kreme because I want to try out their chocolate donuts.
Queen, gold crowns, everything. This is all that I dream. This is all that I dream. 18 every day, sunshine coming our way. This is all that I dream. Come run away with me.
Alright, let's move on to the portrait mode section now. And from my experience of using the S21 FE, it's nice that they give you 3x, which is cool, but it doesn't really hit all the time. For me, from my experience, it's like blurry and it doesn't look that good, but see for yourself. Let's move on to the telephoto section, and I know the A52 doesn't have one, so which means that it's going to be a digital zoom versus an optical zoom. Here are my thoughts using these two camera phones today. Let's talk about the obvious first, the experience. They're pretty much the same thing. If you use a Samsung phone, you know how it feels like, and it does offer a lot of stuff, a lot of modes, so you're not really missing out on too much between the more affordable ones versus the flagship ones. Now for performance, it's obvious that the S21 FE does have the stronger chip and stuff, and it does feel faster, it feels more snappier, especially throughout nighttime. So if you are in darker situations, you will feel how sluggy or how slow the A52 is. Now it's not super slow to the point where you can't use the camera, but using them two side by side, it's a big difference. Also, there's this blurred out animation from the ultra wide to the wide on the A52, which feels a bit slow. So if you like to switch between those two lenses a lot and you want to do something really quick like snap the moment and stuff, you might miss it because it's very slow. Versus the S21 FE, it just snaps right in and there's no animation at all. For video, since this A52 does not have any stabilization on 4K, it's obvious that the better choice for video is the S21 FE. Now, I heard the S version, I never used the S version of the A52, is fixed it does have stabilization on there. So I would say if you do want to stick with the A52, go with the S version. I don't have it, I have not used it yet, but that's what I heard. But if you still want this A52 and you need stabilization in your video, then you're gonna have to downgrade to 1080p. For the price and value, I would say the A52 is at a good spot. The S21 FE, not so much. If you can find a deal on it, definitely I would go for it because it offers more camera. Since it got that telephoto lens, which is good for zooming in, which is handy sometimes, besides the portrait mode. That section is meh, but it does offer a triple camera setup, whereas on an A52, it doesn't. Also, it is a snappier camera to use, so that's great when you want to take a picture of that moment and you don't want to miss it. It has stabilization in 4K, so of course video is better on it too, but for quality wise, it really depends on you, and that's why I'm doing this comparison. So let me know your thoughts down below, and I will be doing an S22 comparison with these phones as well, so make sure to come back. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.